Today I'll share with you a love-inducing recipe which I brought for you from my expedition to French-Swiss Alps. It is traditional Swiss recipe with a magic twist. Well, if you believe that there are certain foods or drinks that can elevate sensuality and make you fall in love, then stay on, because this recipe is not just your ordinary recipe. Its main ingredient is known as magic wormwood or Artemisia Absinthium. Let me show you what it looks like. It's of course magnified, but in reality it is pale green leaves, a little shrub that grows, originated in French-Swiss Alps, and it's actually still growing there on high altitudes because it was harvested at the bottom of the mountains, and it produces a psychedelic effect. It is mild, I have to say. It's not your marijuana, but it's mild, but different type of effect that makes you feel sensual and something that affects your feelings towards the first person that you see. You look at people differently once you consume that particular ingredient or plant. Anyway, it was used in Swiss Alps for hundreds, maybe thousands of years. And this particular recipe was given to me by Emma, who is an old gray-haired, 75 years old, probably white witch. Yes, witch. There are some witches, as you know, or people who love the magic of nature, those that actually believe in the power of plants. Anyway, Emma told me an amazing legend that is attached to that recipe while she was cooking it for me and my husband. Well, I won't tire you now with details of that legend. I would like you to go to Amazon and buy my book, of course, Aphrodisiac Adventures, or maybe ebook, which is cheap and easy access to all the recipes, not just this one, but hundreds more. But that recipe calls for Swiss cheese, Swiss chard, some bacon, and some, of course, Artemisia Absinthium, which is wormwood. Where can you buy wormwood these days? Well, unless you already grow it yourself in your garden, which is more likely you can find in any part of the world because of its ornamental qualities. You can also buy it in a herbal shop, in your local grocery store, in the health food section, in a dry form. Anyway, so once you learn how to use it, and once you see how it works and experience that sensual pleasure that you never experienced before at all, you will believe me. Anyway, I spent over 40 years traveling world with my husband, who is a medical doctor, in search for different forms of stimulants, from smells, odors, I should say, to ingredients that go into foods and drinks, to poisons, gases, sounds, visual objects that actually provoke certain things. Of course, sometimes even our thought can provoke that sensual elation. But let's talk about real stuff, real aphrodisiac today, the Artemisia Absinthium or wormwood, that can produce that effect for you and for your loved ones, especially if you want to spark your relationship and put that little touch of romance into it, or just you want to elevate your own interest in sensual pleasures, which unfortunately with age some people lose. Well, the good news that you can do that, and you can be your own doctor. So, it is difficult to believe that tasty food can be your can make that drastic impact on your sex life. This recipe provided its efficacy for my husband and I, and many other people, many times over, when I served them and observed how it works. Well, once again, I would like to mention that natural ingredients are kinder to human body and work slower than natural ingredients like, say, Viagra. But it definitely works, and it doesn't have these harsh side effects like chemical brothers would do. So allow yourself and your loved one an hour or so to fully experience the aphrodisiac magic of Capuns. That's what we call these cheesy marvels, this Epicurean jam, brilliant recipe of this Capuns, Capuns. Well, I will not tire you with details of this recipe now because, well, I placed the link of printable copy for that particular recipe under this video. Well, enjoy it. Let me know if it worked for you, and if I would like, well, and it is not difficult to prepare, I have to say. It's not difficult to prepare at all. It will take probably between 30 to 40 minutes to completely make this dish. But it is not only delicious, but most importantly, it's potent. It's so good. It elevates feelings of sensual pleasure. You feel that energy, sexual energy going through your veins again and again, these beautiful surges. Well, more details of this amazing recipe, of course, and that bizarre legend in my cookbook or Aphrodisiac Adventures book, which is available on Amazon. Well, in the next episode, I will share with you another culinary marvel that can help you instantly elevate your mood. Until then, to health, long life, and pleasures.